What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about something that I've been working on personally, and that is my mindset as a fisherman. What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about mindset. And mindset is such an important topic when we're talking about bass fishing, especially on a competitive level. When bass fishing and really any sport, you hear about people who speak of visualizing and imagining yourself doing good things when they are practicing and when they are especially going into game mode. And fishing is no different from that. It's so important to have a good mindset when you're out on the water so that you don't give up on yourself and so that you practice and compete efficiently. But before we get into talking a little bit more about this, let's go ahead and please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Let's get this out to as many people as we can. It helps to boost the algorithm. If you don't have anything to say in the comments, just please comment, "I love fishing." So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so let's talk mindset. The first reason that mindset is so important is because it keeps you from giving up on yourself. A lot of times when you're out fishing or doing anything sports related, things are not going to go your way. That is the one thing that's certain in bass fishing, is that things are not going to go your way. In fact, bass fishing is one of the only sports where the majority of the time things are not going to go your way. So it's extremely important that when we're out fishing, we've prepared for this in our minds. We know that in our minds, and we don't quit on ourselves when things don't go our way. It could be a day when you're out in a tournament situation and you got a 2 o'clock check-in, it's 12 o'clock, and you haven't had a bite. I have a bad habit in my experience. In that situation, I'm kind of spinning out. But in the times that I haven't spun out, it's usually when I visualized myself doing well. I've mentally prepared myself for this situation, knowing how fishing can be, knowing the conditions that we're walking into, and preparing myself. And instead of giving up, instead of getting frustrated, I put my head down and I push through and try and finish out the day, no matter what the results may be. If we don't mentally prepare for that, it's easy to spin out. It's easy to say, oh man, they're not biting, I'm not throwing the right things, I'm not wiggling the worm the right way, whatever the case may be, and just give up. So it's important that when you're getting ready to go out fishing in a tournament or a competitive situation, or even just for a fun day of fishing, that you sit down, visualize yourself doing good things, kind of analyze the situation, and make sure that you're mentally prepared for what that day of fishing might bring your way. The second thing that having a good mindset can do on the water is it can help you increase your efficiency. So when you've sat down and you've visualized and you've pictured yourself going and flipping to the best of your ability, or throwing a chatterbait to the best of your ability, or whatever the case may be, whatever's your lure of choice, whatever's your technique of choice, if you've gone and visualized yourself performing well in that situation, I truly feel like your body and your instincts as a fisherman are going to back up what you've visualized. If we don't visualize, I've caught myself kind of lazily flipping in and just kind of slowly going about it and missing a big section and then making another flip and missing a big section. But when you visualize yourself doing well and working a technique to its fullest capacity, I really and truly feel like there's an extra gear there that you can obtain knowing and having thought out what your game plan is. So instead of making one flip and missing that big section, you flip, bounce, bounce, nothing there, reel it in, flip, bounce, bounce, reel it in, flip, and your whole production and your level of efficiency just shoots to another level. So it's important, again, to sit down to visualize what you want and what you expect and what you see yourself doing for that day of fishing. Finally, one of the biggest things I think that's important with going and visualizing and mentally preparing for your day of fishing is it helps with your overall game plan. So there may be a time when you go out to fish and you need to set a game plan and manage your time when hitting the water. So maybe you've got a late launch and you need to go out and make the best of the situation on your late launch. And so it's important that you know, hey, I've got a late launch today, so I may get to my first spot and it may not, it may have somebody on it already. And so you need to have mentally prepared for this situation and run this situation through your mind so that if there is somebody on that spot when you get to it, you're already mentally prepared. So you just say, okay, I'm gonna go here, go here, go here, and then I'll check back at that spot later in the day, or something to that effect. But it's important the night before, maybe a couple days before, to lay out this plan in your mind, and you can analyze everything from the weather you're expecting to the time of your takeoff to the time of your return. You can analyze the water conditions and all of these things, bring in all these variables that anglers analyze, put it together before you even put your foot in the boat or the kayak, and have a game plan that's ready to go so you can be the most successful. That way, when you're out on the water and it's game time, you don't have to worry about all the variables. You don't have to think this through because you've already done it in your head. So by mentally planning and by mentally developing a game plan and working on that mindset, you've already worked through all these variables and you don't have anything to worry about because all of that's already been done beforehand. So all of these things work together in tandem to make you a better angler, and it's one of those things that I'm working on personally. There's times when I spin out, there's times when I don't have a good game plan, there's times when that I'm not as efficient as I could be. So that's something that I'm working on as an angler, and it's something that I wanted to share with you guys. So maybe it brings it to your attention, or maybe you already know about it, but just as a reminder, it's something that we can all work on. Nobody's mindset is perfect. Everybody spins out sometimes. Everybody has issues on the water sometimes, but it's how we adapt and grow from that ultimately matters. Guys, if you're still here at this point in the video, I want to thank you so much for watching and hearing what I had to say about mindset and growing a better mindset to be a better angler. I really appreciate your attention. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, do the YouTube thing, and I'm gonna get back to fishing. Y'all have a good day.